All righty. Guys, I don't know how many people are going to be coming to this first stream because I know that there's only a few members, but I wanted to go ahead and get this fired off. So if any of you guys want to talk, if you have anything you'd like to discuss, we can definitely do phone calls here. I'm going to run this thing for about 15 minutes or so, depending on how long you guys want to stay on, if any of you are here. This is a little bit of an experiment on the first one to see how well it works, and I'd like to have it so there's more and more members as time goes by. We can have bigger and bigger shows like this. I don't know if I'm going to even add this section onto the podcast because I feel like since you guys are members, maybe we'll just leave it for you guys, and you can let me know your opinion on that or whatever. I see we had a couple of viewers right here, and they disappeared. I don't know if people can come in and watch these things and see that it's members only, then they'll go away or whatever. I'm not sure. But I wanted to leave something up here, and I had something that I wanted to talk about tonight that I thought would be, I don't know, I wanted to talk to you about something that was very personal to me, and I thought it would be a good thing to discuss on this first show as a sign of thanks. Maybe it'll help somebody if I can have this discussion with you guys. And what it's going to be is it's going to be about something that happened to me personally. Several months ago, my whole life, I've been a hardworking guy. I work no matter what I'm working on. I work very hard on it. But my whole life, I was very inefficient at how I worked on things, and it's kind of hard to describe. I didn't know that it was inefficient. I would, kind of dodge back and forth between things. Anybody who's known me for a long period of time knows that I like to switch things up. And there's switching things up as far as just how can I best describe this? Switching things up like you decide to change something every now and then there's microcosms of that where I switch up all the time, or I couldn't figure out exactly what I was doing in any moment. I would diverge between separate tasks. And after 42 years being on this earth, I was actually diagnosed with ADD of all things. And it seemed very strange to me that would be something that I would have, as that's something that I've made fun of for most of my life, that couldn't occur. That's a stupid thing. That's not a real disease. Not disease. Disease is the wrong thing. It makes it sound so sad. I'm not sad, by the way. My life is wonderful, and it was wonderful before, and it's wonderful since. What I found was I was prescribed medication to treat this, and once I tried the medication, it was like everything was where it should be, and it became painfully apparent that there was an issue that I never even knew about, never noticed it, and then once I was actually getting medication for what it was, everything became, I don't know, normal is probably the wrong word, but it was much easier to do things that, I worked hard, but my mind would get off track very easily. And once I was able to go on this regimen, now it's much easier and it's much easier to focus, much easier to just be right there on task and stay on task. And I feel like that people can probably, after a certain period of time, will probably notice that. Is I've been putting out, I don't know, a lot of videos here, a lot of video clips, and it's been an eye opener for me. It's been an eye opener for the people around me because they've seen me in a way or function in a way that I never have. And I'm not trying to blow it out of proportion because it's not like I was, laying in the gutter before and now I'm not. It's more like they can tell that I'm better off, I'm functioning better. My biggest regret is it does require some sort of medicine to do this, which I hate. I hate the fact that it requires medication to function at your best. I feel like, especially being a Christian, that's counter into it. That doesn't make sense to me. But then I remember reading in the Bible about how Paul told Timothy to drink wine to settle his stomach. And I said, even though that's like a small example, that is an example of a guy that's telling another guy that's very Christian and very filled with the Holy Spirit that it's okay to treat if you have an issue. You're not going to, God's not going to cure things or cure your whole life just because you ask him to. That's not how it works. It's God's will being done doesn't mean that your problems get solved. That's not the same thing. I believe you can tell him about what's going on, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. I know that I sit down here and I see that there's no viewers right now on this show, and that hasn't deterred me. I was going to tell this story no matter what, and I tell you what, if someone does watch this at some point, I want you to let me know if this was, you could find it. I want you to tell me how well it worked for you, because I don't know what it looks like on the other end. I'm not a member of my own channel, so when I go to my subscription feed, I wouldn't see this, but I want to know that you saw this. I'm not going to stay on here very long because it looks like no one's on here tonight. If I did something wrong, I will investigate it. If no one ever sees this video, I don't know. Maybe we'll do it again sometimes. Maybe you'll be able to look back once the members do have the access and see it. So what I'll do is I'll just end it right here. I wanted to talk about that for the longest time. I didn't know how to do it. So I figured this was a good chance to do that. And we'll expand on it. We'll probably expand on it in the regular show at some point, because I want people who struggle with stuff like this to know that there's nothing wrong with them. You can be a good person. You can be a good, godly person. That was one of my concerns. You can be a good worker, and it might actually, I don't know, it might change things in a way that you can enjoy your life and your work like you never have before. And that's what I hope it does for somebody. So that's where we'll go with it. Okay, guys and gals, or empty space as it may be, I'm going to get out of here. I'm just going to shut off the stream right where we're at. And I will see you guys on the next members only show and the next regular show. Thank you for watching.